What the fuck is up, party people? My name is Mystery, and welcome back to another episode of the FBL Podcast. We have finally returned after like a 5-week hiatus. I know I said we were going to be weekly, but, shit happens, and,
You're a liar.
Yeah, I mean, well, that and, a little bit of burnout here and there. But today, I am joined with a recurring guest, Theo.
Yeah, is burnout what you call just being 3-5?
And I'll show you a burnout. Former Miners champion, Tristan.
1 second, I gotta.
I fucking okay. Wow, thank you. D2 finalist James.
What's up?
And I think this is the first time you'll actually be on because the old recording got fucked up. The current leader in D3 and my favorite to win it all, Slink. Say hello.
Yo, what's up?
So we're gonna be talking about like all the current standings, that kind of shit. So I think let's start from the bottom of D3, and Hero's the only one that I think is actually like fully eliminated because obviously he's gonna be going 0-11, forfeiting the rest of his game. So we don't have to talk about him too much.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate what happened to him.
Yeah, I mean, he got COVID, and I probably shouldn't have said that fuck, because now we're going to get demonetized again. Damn, I can't really avoid this shit. Anyway.
No, say he got COVID in Pokemon, and then part of the game.
Yeah.
He got COVID in game.
It's like the new update.
Yeah, you know what? His MVP was Sock, so it makes it okay.
Yes.
Good daddy, let's go.
Dude, Sock is a god.
Wait. Never mind.
No, that's his.
Nope.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, Sock and Tapu Koko are both rocking it.
Let's fucking go.
His MVP Sock, and it went 4-4. Hell yeah.
And he only played like 4 games before he fucking forfeited.
Yeah,
Actually,
minus 30.
He played 5.
Oh, let's go. Overall, though, I mean, I feel bad for Hero just because like he started so well last season and it fell apart, and then this season he wasn't able to finish it out. So I'm hoping next season he can play some actual games and maybe make playoffs.
He never plays like too terribly.
No, he plays pretty straightforward, but I mean that's not like
that's fair.
Yeah. So Steph, I actually think is the only one. If he wins, I think he has a chance, just because of like who plays each other. But more than likely, Steph's going to be eliminated.
He'd have to get some pretty decisive victories.
He has to win out, and then he has to get lucky with how other people lose. But I still think it's.
I'm pretty sure he has to win like 5-0, 6-0.
And I'm pretty sure he still plays Slink.
He has to like dominate the next 2 matches.
No, he has to play James and then Scott.
Yes, James and Scott.
Yeah, okay. So that's definitely neither are givens. So that's probably going to be it for.
But I mean, if he beats either of them, they're almost guaranteed out.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say though, with as many funny plays that he's made with it this season, he hasn't done terribly with Mega Medi. So.
No, I think he was okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen Fake Out on it though, which is kind of weird to me.
I think that's
decently common. Bullet Punch a lot, but
I mean, I've seen him use Monsworth though, so I think it's at least a step in the right direction. I was worried about how.
No, he's got 2 5-0s.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. 2 of his wins are. I mean, one of them was over Hero, and the other one was Taylor, who
one's
did
over
really well
Hero,
in the
NCL, the other one's over Taylor.
It really makes me sad that Rillaboom is 0-4. Big sad.
That makes me very sad. I agree.
He hasn't brought the Spectre since he picked it up, which is kind of shocking to me. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know why Spectre has not been to a game yet. That mon is crazy.
He had it on his team.
Yeah,
I think it was Tay dropped it.
Like that was a lot of what happened in my prep this last week. Is I had to worry about dealing with Spectre because I honestly did not have a whole lot for it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you don't have like a super bulky normal, it's kind of tough. Ask Theo.
Or a good Dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, yeah.
I dealt with my Spectre.
But the thing is, he has the Incineroar, which is like a really good fucking switch into the Spectre. So, I would assume Steph's eliminated any day now. But yeah, we can move on. Darren, kind of disappointing overall season. I mean, he's not eliminated yet, but like his offense of Lele, Zapdos, Galar, and Dracovish is like fucking wild. And overall, I think he can definitely beat Sonison just because of that offense, but his season definitely was disappointing. So, yeah.
Dracovish versus Stall feels like a bunch of free kills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to Sonison will bring the Quagsire with Water Absorb, and then
hopefully
like a Mungus. Like if I was Darren, I'd bring Sub with I don't want. I guess I shouldn't, give him too many ideas.
Yeah.
But
bring sub.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck stall. Bring sub.
Team
Vicious
plan
Rend,
will be at a
Psychic
podcast.
Fangs, and then like something else. That's 6 O's. Anyway, yeah, I don't think Darren will make it. But
one of our unchanged teams for this season.
He didn't make any changes.
No, it's exactly the same.
But
since the draft.
Speaking of changes, Taylor, my man, you know what? He has 4 wins. Everyone counted it out, and you know what? He still has a chance at playoffs. Now, does he play Tay and Slink to end the year? Yes. Will he probably win those games?
Ooh.
No. But
No.
You know what? I'm proud of him. Everyone said he was going to go like 2-9, so shout out to my boy.
I mean,
Taylor.
did you look at his team?
I think it was reasonable based off of some of his play to assume
and his teams.
He had some weird sets.
Yeah. I think he outbuilds himself too much. Like he's trying to do way too much.
True.
I was gonna say his biggest problem is that he outbuilds and he overpredicts himself.
Yeah, like with that one Cartana play.
I think he would agree with that too. Mm-hmm. So that's at least good.
The only thing I have to say about Taylor is that at least we didn't see another negative Mew, so it's okay.
Yeah, at least
let's go.
Gone. Anyways.
Aaron, who I honestly am kind of shocked that he's won 5 games. His team just isn't like that great, but he's got 5 games. He plays Scott and James to end it. There's definitely a shot to make playoffs here. It's crazy is that there might be a 7-4 team that actually, with everybody playing each other, probably not. But I mean, the amount of 5-4 teams that are in the league right now is kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of reminds me of how Harris's team is a very good. It's not the same like level of synergy, but it's definitely very unconventional. But it ends up working out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's probably because I think, like we said before for our review, that he's more comfortable with these Pokemon. So that's probably one of the main reasons.
Comfort means a lot, so absolutely. I get that. And then I guess we could probably... I mean, I just kind of want to get to the playoff teams more or less. I mean, James Guns right now is on the outside looking in, which is fucking hilarious to me. Is there a chance he misses playoffs? Yes, but he plays Steph and Aaron to end the year. I feel like he wins at least one of those, and probably 1 win will get him in. It just depends, obviously, how everyone else does. But 2 wins, I'm sure he'll be in, and that'll be a dangerous team for sure. So, Scott.
It just felt weird for Psychic Spam Halucha. Just didn't feel that overwhelming, even in D3 like we thought it would.
Well, like he beat Slink, but then he lost to Taylor, and
well, I think he's just had some.
I
issues
missed a Hurricane in that match.
Yeah, that got webs up.
He hasn't been playing. I mean, he's definitely
the Hurricane miss got webs up, and that cost me. Like
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
He played well. Like I'm not taking that away from him. He played super well. But I also missed
I
Hurricane.
played better.
You have what was the last game where he needed an electric move and he just didn't bring one, like for Skarm.
Oh, that was versus.
He had Nido, he had Nido King, and he brought physical Nido King. And he still could have brought Thunderbolt on it. He at least put like Shockwave on Zam, something like that. And just some builder issues.
Does Zam not get Thunderbolt?
The result of the last couple.
No, he doesn't. He gets Shockwave.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I still would have killed defensive Skarm though.
Oh yeah, because it's fucking Zam.
So it's fucking Mega Zam. It's got 175 base special attack.
That shit's nutty. Well, I said nut. That's nutty.
Nut.
I think it's just not as overwhelming because it feels like Mega Zam has 6 kills, Halucha has 8. His leader is actually Nido King with 9.
Beast.
I don't know. It just didn't
cool.
Psychic. Nido King is cool. I agree. Cool man. But it just felt like for Psychic Spam Halucha, it just felt like he was gonna run through D3 and he just didn't.
I guess. I mean, to be honest, I said that. I said the team wasn't that good.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree that there's like just having Halucha with terrain on your team will not break the game.
Like the team's.
I can understand the perspective
fast,
of people that thought
frail.
so because it's it's like a highly volatile team core in
it just felt
the
because,
D3 format where people tend to interact poorly for their opponents' teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like last year we saw Setup Volcarona get fucking how many kills?
Like 19, 22, something like that.
Yeah, and then it just felt like that's kind of I felt the same like Halucha, Terrain, Zam would be kind of the same.
I mean, if it was Lele instead of Ndidi, probably.
Volcarona's kind of a one-man show, though.
Yeah.
If it was Lele instead of Ndidi, this team.
But I mean, Halucha is too.
That would be not really. Like,
that's not
practical
okay
to draft though.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of your team would be extremely unusable.
If I was in D3, I'd probably draft 5 good mons and shit the rest because it doesn't matter at that point.
I mean, he's got like.
I mean, he's right.
He's got like 4.5.
Well,
I mean, all you really need is there is the Lele, Zam, and then Halucha, and then just something with a rock.
Why is Moltres so low? That's what I want to know. Why is Moltres lower than Tyrantrum? Like on the standings page, you see what I'm saying? Like that. Hold on. How many points is Moltres? Because that dude is kind of nice.
9, 8 or 9.
That's a steal.
Yeah, not very high.
That's a steal. I know we're supposed to be on the standings.
Okay. Anyways, back on topic.
That's a steal. Anyway,
Noah.
so yeah.
Do we want to go to Scott's? Scott's the other sixth place.
Scott is currently the 6th place. Have they played yet? Because then that would actually be who's.
I think
they have.
Yeah, they have. That's why.
Oh, that's right. He hacked out Scott to get into that spot. So Scott definitely has his work cut out for him. I mean, he plays Aaron and Steph to end it, so there's definitely a chance he can still make it.
Oh yeah.
But technically, right now he's the 7th seed because of head-to-head. So, I mean, look, his offense is good enough to beat anybody. So I definitely, this would be a really scary 6 or 5 seed to play. This would definitely not be the team I'd want to play.
I just noticed that both James Guns and Scott have Aaron and Steph to finish out their seasons.
Do they really?
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, huh. Yeah, just different. Okay, shit.
Yeah,
interesting. So they could very well 2 people that are. Oh wait, you said it's Aaron and Steph. Yeah, 2 people that are probably going to be on the outside looking in could affect this whole season. So that's interesting for sure. Next is Noah, who I'm really happy is having a bounce back season, kind of. 5 and 6 or 5 and 4 isn't great, but he gets the forfeit for Hero the last week. So all he has to do is beat Sonison, and then he gets a bye week into playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm happy for him. I mean. Gallade, Hydreigon, Sylveon is definitely good enough to win some playoff games.
It's definitely been mostly Mega Gallade making the impossible possible.
One of the offensive Pokemon of the Year candidates. Not MVP, but, offensive Pokemon of the Year is definitely up there. And then we're getting closer, but Sonison, unfortunately, we have to talk about. He ends with, Noah and Darren?
God, he's plus 10.
I mean, he got 5-0'd by Scott, and then he beat James Guns. He lost. He probably should have beat Slink. Didn't he have you beat and then you hacked him, or what was it? I forget.
No, it was one of those things where it's I had to play super carefully around his fucking Ditto, so I couldn't set up.
Okay, gotcha. And
so basically, I just had to take him out mon by mon.
Mm-hmm. What's shocking me is he 5-0'd Tay, but then he got 5-0'd by Scott. I don't know. That just seems odd to me.
The decision was 7-0. What the hell?
Because of that game,
killed all 6 of Sonis's mons.
It's been to 3 games and it's 7-0.
Killed 5 or 6 of them. So
it was 5. I think it was 5 actually.
Okay.
I remember the reverse sweep. Yeah.
I'd expect him to make playoffs. Again, another scary lower seed potentially, or he could end up being the 4 seed where he is right now. But I'd expect he makes the playoffs. Tay definitely had a really good season. 6-3. Yeah.
Yep.
His offense is fucking wild. If he has momentum, this team is really hard to switch into. Mega B, Garchomp, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Zapdos is kind of fucking wild. And
he definitely knows how to bring tricks.
Yeah. I mean,
fucking
he beat
Choppleberry counter Miltank really did fuck me up.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
That was very cool.
I'm not mad about that. That was cool.
I kind of wish he still had the Spectre, but I get that he, wanted to use some other mons, so that's fine. Yeah. Overall, this is 100% a scary team, though. I think this is a top 3.
God, I haven't looked at it in a while.
This is cool. Firewater Grass Core of Heatran, Tangrowth, and Mantine.
Fucking annoying.
Or Urshifu Rapid Strike.
Yeah, the offense. See, I love double water, so that's a cool double water.
I almost drafted that.
You did.
Water's a great type to double up on.
And I got single strike.
Yeah, I do like double water if you do the offensive defensive. I think that's cool. I like drafting Keldeo with the defensive water.
Exactly. Yeah.
Keldeo Rotom Wash is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Just exactly. You only have Keldeo.
I originally drafted Tentacruel, but
that's true.
Just with points and stuff. He plays Taylor and Geronda at the end of the year. If he wins both of those, he's probably the 2 seed. So we'll see. I'm really looking forward to seeing where he ends up. Geronda, speaking of the devil, if he beats Slink, then he'll probably be the 2 seed. But he's had a hell of a season too. He lost pretty bad to the stall team, which was a little shocking to me. He lost to Aaron, and then he lost week 1 to Scott, so that's not shocking. But yeah, a little surprising on 2 of the losses, and overall, I still think he's a huge threat for playoffs.
I think he had trouble like in the beginning of the season. I know like his losses are a little spread out, but I think he had trouble like managing his double weather at first, and he's finally come. Like,
he's getting into it now.
Yeah, he's finally getting into like using that double weather Latias, which is always cool.
This is so much more of like a Gen 6 team than it is a Gen 7. I know he has a Comfe and a Komalo, but like the top 6 looks like a Gen 6 OU team, except me and Show.
It really does.
Like you put like Keldeo or something, I don't know. But like the Sun plus Drill Tyranitar kind of thing, Road and Wash, yeah. So honestly, it's a Heat team. And he has a shot too, so I wouldn't count him out. And then Slink, you can talk about your season as the current number 1 in D3.
Had a couple of tough matches. Like Scott, I had to fucking take out Mon by Mon. Darren, I had to be super terrified of that Dracovic until I got, Agron set up on.
And I got sacked half of his team.
Max defense and smacked half his team before he brought in the Lele, which had Focus Blast, which, why? Why did that take so long?
It's a great question.
And then, a couple of good wins. Hero, I got lucky with a power whip miss against Feeney.
I remember that, yeah.
And we're not going to talk about the other thing that happened in that match.
the double top.
Don't say it.
I'm sorry, yeah. Damn, we'll have to cut that out.
Steph, I almost lost a 6-0 because I got to the point where I was like, shit, do I have anything for this Togetic?
Words that have never been said before. I mean, yeah, overall, it was a hell of a season. You've been pretty diverse in the mons you bring. You haven't brought the Musharna, which was like kind of sad, but I get it. It's a Musharna. But like Surf's been to 3 games, Eleki, Anita Queen 5, and then like the rest of the top, 5 or so have been pretty spread out in who you're bringing. So
Shifu and Feeney have been to every single game.
Yeah. And well, I mean that makes sense.
Volk isn't,
You probably have the MVP in Urshifu, which is cool, and overall, I mean, you need one win to secure a bye, I believe. Or if you beat Geronda, then you secure a bye, I believe. Because then
if I beat Geronda, I secure a bye. If I beat both of them, then I definitely secure a bye.
Yeah, then it's completely in your destiny. But overall, yeah, I think you're the team to beat in D3. I wouldn't be shocked because like Tay has a really interesting matchup on you. But I guess like, if he is the 2 or 3 seed, you wouldn't play him till finals, so there's a chance he loses before that too. So, yeah, overall, you'd be the team I put money on. And Jamal, I think you're drafting Delphox next year, so I'm just saying. Overall, my playoff prediction, I'm going to take Slink and Tay to be my top 2. Geronda, Sonison, and then I'm going to take Noah and Aaron. Fuck it, why not? We'll just see how that goes.
I think Slink has a really interesting matchup against Geronda in this next one, though, so that'll be a really fun game, I think.
Yeah. Interesting is a word for it. It's going to be rough.
Well, Excadrill fucks your team over 3 times to Monday, so...
Yeah, it kind of does.
The Monday.
So does fucking Zard Y.
I did want to say that, Mystery, I think Tay's got more kills with regular Absol than you'll ever have.
I'm sorry. I had 17 in season 8.
That wasn't regular. That was.
I'm sorry. Was it a Mega Absol? I'm pretty sure it was an Absol.
It was actually a Dynamax Absol.
All right. Well, I'm bringing him to last. I'm bringing him last week. I'm getting 6 kills. How many does he actually? Have?
I will say that he does have the most kills on his team.
What the fuck?
Of all of his Pokemon.
Yeah, Absol's a 7. Absol's 7 and 3. The next highest is fucking Tangrowth, which is 6 and 1.
Is he in the top 20?
It's its second highest differential at 4.
Yeah, he's at 15. Let's fucking go, dude. Yes, sir. Love my man. Anyway,
Absol's 15th in the stadium.
You guys got any playoff predictions or like seeding wise?
Oh yeah. My Slink Geronda's 1-2. Tay. I don't know. One of those two. And then the other one's third, and then Sonneson, probably Noah and James S.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
I don't see how James S doesn't get in there.
I just don't
with that
know.
I
too.
can say I can see. I think top 3 are going to be me, Geronda, and Tay. Like that. That's
the only thing that's bad about Geronda. If you beat him, then he could definitely drop because then he'd be in the same realm as everybody else.
Yeah.
There's so many, with those 5 and 4s, and then they all play each other.
Because he's only at +5.
Yeah, 2 of these teams at least are gonna miss. Like from Aaron to Geronda are gonna miss the playoffs. Like that's insane to me. Those are 2 good teams that are gonna be left out. Yeah, D3 is definitely entertaining this year.
I think Aaron's definitely the worst. I think that Aaron doesn't make it, but I can see anyone above him making it. Realistically,
yeah,
it'd be cool if the Stall team got knocked out.
Right.
It's like,
but he's got the highest differential of all the 5 and 4s, and even the 6 and 3s. So
the thing is, I was gonna say the thing is he'd have to lose to both, Noah and Darren.
Which I mean,
it's definitely possible.
I mean, Darren has like Dracovish, which is really good against
Darren.
Stall,
Darren has an insane offensive core, and then Noah just.
I could see him beating Noah. I mean,
Mega Gallade.
Mega Gallade would have to carry, but like, there's still things for it, like Unaware Quet. I mean, I guess it gets Leaf Blade. I don't know. He could pull it off.
We've seen the Unaware Quet. Mega Glade can do the Unaware Quag from last season.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you had that. Okay, well, Tristan, you want to give yours?
Excuse me?
Do you want to give your playoff predictions, like seeding wise?
Oh, I thought for some reason I thought you were talking about like my team, like my season.
Oh
thing.
no,
like,
no.
Huh?
Oh, what?
We'll get there.
I wasn't gonna say anything because I pretty much, I don't know. There's not much else to say. We have all these 5 and 4s, and it's literally everyone but Slink is technically a toss up. I think Geronda and Tay will probably finish strong, but the people that play, Stefan, was it
Aaron?
Darren or Aaron?
Aaron and Darren.
It's Darren. The people that play Stefan and Darren can definitely slide in there because, I think they'll have an easier time getting their last couple of wins.
Wait, is the Totodiles? That is Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Aaron.
Okay, so
Yes,
it is him.
Yeah, he's saying Steph and Aaron,
okay.
and it's sounding like Steph and Darren.
Same shit.
No, I said Stefan and Darren because their names are
close.
Pretty much exactly the same.
One has a D. Pause. I think we can move on to D2 then. So D2 I think is the least interesting of them because I don't know. I mean, there's 7 teams that are fighting. Like realistically, there's 7 teams that are fighting for 6 spots, and I mean, yeah, like Paul and Blue, they're definitely both eliminated. I kind of feel bad for Paul.
I feel bad for Paul. I was talking to him, and he said he didn't. He said he wasn't really feeling D2 yet. He kind of just got put in there because of all the D3 coaches and the big
shift.
Yeah,
and he didn't necessarily think he was entirely ready for that. He wanted a little more experience before, so he's not upset with himself or anything.
No, and I think he would definitely be one of the favorites in D3.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And then Blue got thrown into a spot just because Matt E. he fucking dropped out. So, Blue's doing what he's got to do, and appreciate him for coming in. So,
yeah.
Overall, I think Andy. Is Andy, Buxton, and Brandon. I don't think they're eliminated yet. But
but they have to win out, and they have to have. I think they need to win out, and they need Ant to lose a game. If Ant wins one more game, they're gone.
Okay.
Confirmed.
So they're all but eliminated, but yeah, they are technically still all around and alive. Monster and Ant is the one I'm looking at. I think that I really wish they could play one more time and have it for the playoffs. That'd be so entertaining. But overall, I'm gonna say the top 5 currently, and then I'm gonna say Monster gets in. Just hoping my boy gets in there.
Who does Monster play?
Monster plays
Paul and Buxton, so actually he could get in.
That's Buxton would be a little challenging. Paul's probably packing it in for the year anyway.
Oh, but Ant also plays Buxton and Paul.
Oh wow. They play the same people. Well, we'll see.
It's literally the fucking Scott James Gunn's argument from.
I love how Ace is in second place.
Yeah, I mean, after a pretty rough day for Nick, He is now dropped all the way down to 5th, and I don't know. I mean, I know he's not giving it his all right now, but I don't know if we all saw that coming whatsoever. So,
yeah, 6-0 coming.
Yeah.
He got young Lean King on his team.
That's true. The DPOI.
Interested in his Lean King, Slow King Galley.
So Skylar plays Theo and Nick to end the year. That's pretty tough. So I think she loses at least one of those because maybe Nick doesn't play his game. I don't really know. She could end up being 6-5 and dropping down to I mean, at worst she could miss playoffs. I doubt she does though. Or no, she can't because of differential.
I mean, if she's 6-5, she could drop down to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I think.
No, I don't. No, actually, I don't think she can drop down either, unless she gets 6-0'd twice. And Monster 6-0's both of his people.
I'm gonna take Theo and Nick to be the top 2 seeds. I'm still gonna stick with that. I think Nick wins his last one and then just kind of outlasts everybody around him. I wouldn't be shocked though if Ace gets it, and then probably Skylar, Ace, Nintega, and I'll take Monster just because fuck it, why not? But wouldn't be surprised to see Ant there.
Yeah.
I want Monster to be there. I'm glad he actually decided to try this season.
Yeah, and I mean he had a little rough patch, but at least the last 2 games he's turned it on. He didn't just
give up or anything. Yeah, that's the most important part.
He's got a positive differential with a negative record, so that shows me something too. That he's winning pretty good in his games, and when he loses, it's close. So yeah, I'm happy for him. I hope he can pull it off. Unless you guys want to give yours, we could just move on. But
no, I'm
thinking about the same as you. I'm gonna give the second to Ace though.
I'm guessing. I'm saying Theo first seed for sure. Then Ace probably second. First.
Oh, we didn't have Theo. Do you want to talk about your season so far?
There was a rough patch in the middle, but Blue finally popped off, against me. Didn't bring the Primplop or Sudowoodo, and I'm still upset about that. Because he had to bring it against everyone else except for me. And I was like, except me and Skylar, and then he beat Skylar and then lost to me barely.
Just want to say your rough patch, quote unquote, was winning 2 games 1-0. And yes, you probably should have lost the Bucks in one, but still.
Yeah, well, here's how this goes. I should have lost, but he missed, but I wouldn't even have gotten in the miss if I didn't get the lowest roll possible on a Noivern Hurricane. That's why we don't like Noivern. He will not be drafted again.
Oh, Noivern's cool though.
He's been ass.
He's been ass, even though he's 2-1, so he's positive.
Listen, that's
also, Theo, I want you to know that Prinplup Sudowoodo have been to a combined 3 games, so it's not as much as you think.
They've been to 3, and he's only played 4 games, 5 games.
He brings at least one of them every game, and then he didn't.
He brings one of. There was, I think there's 2 games he didn't bring either. There could have been a third, but I was like, why couldn't it have been me? Why couldn't it have been me?
Instead, he brought the 6 demons.
Listen, all I know is Mr. Mime has 4 kills and 1 death.
Let's go.
And he's only been to 1 game.
You are
I'm sorry, Paul, but Mr. Mime really flexed on you.
Mr. Mime just fucking.
He said, "Hold it, nuts."
He went in.
I remember Theo and me were building for that match, and I was like, who said that fucking oh, Mr. Mime goes in, and then I looked at it.
I jokingly was like, I should bring the Mime, and you're like, wait, he kind of goes in.
I was like, wait, this whole team was freeze dry week. Like, wait.
Yeah.
It was. Oh no, and this is it. Nick kind of memed in our match, or I don't know, that would have went differently.
Brought setup on everybody.
The Paul match was kind of, I don't know, decided when Mime hit the field. To be honest,
won the speed tie like a beast.
Mime went off.
Mime won the speed tie, and then it was over from there. Even if I lost the speed tie, I think I still won that match.
Yeah,
but
you definitely haven't been as dominant this season, but I think it's also just a product of playing,
I don't care.
People.
I've told you multiple times, I don't care about differential. I just care about winning.
Yeah, and the same thing too is that we could easily be looking at a 9-0 team if, the mods decide to not give a really weird double forfeit.
I'm not going to complain about that because it was totally valid. Last season my goal was to 6-0 everyone. This season it's just to beat people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember that 6-0. I'm coming for your ass, Theo.
So do you? I'm quitting before you can get in the same division as me.
Fucking better not.
Anyway, yeah, I think Theo is
grudge match coming.
I think he's everybody's favorite for the most part to win D2 at this point.
I don't know. I still have to fight Skylar and Ace, which is the issue.
Yeah, look, that's a pretty tough closing schedule is Nick, Skylar, Ace. But at this point, you should be probably... Or realistically, you could be 9-0 right now, and then you haven't lost a game since whatever James guns last year.
Beats the crap out of Skylar, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm like.
It's like Urshifu or something.
Oh, crazy!
And then I have Lele.
It's almost like Urshifu single strike is a bonkers mon.
And it's almost like I have Lele to back him up in case he can't do that.
Yeah, you really got the demons on both sides of the offense. Hate that. Overall, I think we could move on though. I mean, D2 is not super entertaining, so yeah. We get to talk about the best division, D1.
We already talked about because you're in it though.
Well, I mean, I make the division what it is. Anyway, I think
you're in 7th right now.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the slander.
4-5 -3, still in 7th.
Quiet. And I think the playoff race for D1 is super exciting though. Like I know it's pretty unlikely James gets in, but from James up till like kind of Carboni, but mostly Tristan. I mean, it's going to be like 6 or 7 people fighting for 2 or 3 spots. So I'm really
Doesn't Robert have a chance if he beats Harris tonight?
Yeah, he would have to beat Harris, and then he would be back in the conversation. I just don't think he will, but I absolutely could be wrong. So we'll see. I'll talk about my season, and then we could go to the other coaches in D1. I had a pretty. I don't know. I've had a lot going on this season and had to play a few games on my phone, which is,
Oh, here he goes.
Eat my fucking dick. I made some changes. I was super psychic week, so I picked up the muck, lost to Carboni, and I just, I threw that game. And then Kyle, I just didn't play super well. Jamal beat me pretty, whatever. And then, the Robert game is the one I'm really mad about. I had to play that one on my phone and absolutely could have won that. So a little frustrating, but, nothing God can't, he doesn't give you anything you can't handle. So we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can finish 6-5 and get a playoff spot, and maybe pick up a playoff win, first one at FBL. But yeah, I finish with Eon and James. If James is eliminated, we'll see if there's a little double F next to his name for that game, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan, do you want to go?
If you want, yeah. I had to feel out my team at the start of the season because I didn't end up liking building with it as much as I thought I would. So first few games aren't too great. 4-0 from Will, 5-0 from Harris. I really wasn't in it playing, and I beat James because of a lot of hacks. So but I played Matt the 4th week and I got a really solid win, and that kind of pushed me back in the right direction. I should be mystery. I literally just clicked the wrong move for no reason.
No, some people are built for the moment, some are not. I'm just one of them.
Anyways,
for the moment?
Wait, who's in the 5th seed? I can't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's you.
Who won head to head?
Yeah, I didn't. Anyways, so I had to play 2 matches in one day. I played against Robert and Eon. Eon game would have at least been much closer if my Florgus didn't get immediately murdered by Freeze, because I don't have anything else for Mega Glade. But I did get to 6-0 Robert immediately after with Reggie Steele, so that went well.
I think that win definitely turned your season around, like in terms of differential. Like that really helped out a ton, because if you win that game like 2-0, you're down a little bit more and makes it a lot harder if you lose.
Well, I think it sort of makes up for the Eon stuff as well.
Yeah, because that game was just so frustrating.
You get more differential on it. And then I was able to just barely eke out against Jamal in the 1 seed. So that
was a huge win too. Kept you alive, realistically.
And obviously Jake forfeited the rest of his games for the season. So unfortunately, didn't get a rematch with him, but it is what it is.
I mean, you finished with Carboni and... I'm sorry, James, I'll let you talk.
No, I was just going to say Tristan finishes with Carboni, who's right ahead of him, so we can see a swap in positions there.
If I beat Carboni, I think I'm guaranteed in.
I'm
not sure, though. I didn't look at the thing.
6-4?
I'm going to say he'd be 6-4.
Because Carboni would also be 6-4.
It'd be a differential thing.
Yeah, so like if you beat Carboni 1-0, you'd be 6-4 plus 0.
Kyle.
Yeah, and then if you lost that one bad and me and Will won both of our matches, I think we could pass you. So, not guaranteed, but it definitely would help.
If I go to 6-4, then neither of you can pass me.
Well, then again,
because we could finish 6-5.
Harris's final week, so.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah. It's like Tristan has to face Kyle.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And
Will's
Carboni has to face Harris.
So. Yeah, the Kyle one is what I'm worried about, because if Kyle can win that one, he's still technically alive for a top 2 seed. Like, because if Harris loses out, then he could get there. Mm-hmm. So it just depends how hard he's going to be trying for that game. But if he goes all out, then that could be rough, and could be a dagger that sends you to like a 7 seed. Depends on me and Will play, obviously, and Eon. But yeah, I'd assume you're gonna make the playoffs. It might be like the 6 seed, but it's definitely possible.
I mean, that's where I basically won my season from a minors, so
that's true.
Yeah, that's where I beat you. All right.
Fuck you. Anyway, wait, who else is? Oh yeah, James. Do you want to talk about your season? I forgot who was in the call.
Basically, my season was kind of evident week 1, where like I played well, but ended up it was either me making a wrong play like in the game that just cost the whole game, and it kind of goes downhill from there. What's funny is that I have a lot of games like the Jamal one was kind of a beatdown. I just didn't. It's just the team right now was not extremely synergetic. I kind of changed teams a lot in the beginning of the year. Everybody was making fun of me for it because I changed my team every 3 seconds.
And you make fun of yourself for it, to be fair.
Yeah, well. But and then things started getting sniped, and I started panicking, and I just didn't like. I just started grabbing mons that I liked, and the synergy just wasn't there. And then after the I beat Tristan, I didn't beat Tristan. I got Hacked Out versus Tristan, which wasn't like, I don't blame. That was a good game, I think, overall. And then just things happened. And then I beat Robert, and I was feeling okay. And then Jamal kind of beat the shit out of me, which was just bad builder. And I think the biggest thing with my season was like, I always felt like I had one move that wasn't there, if that makes sense. Like, I always felt like I was just a step short in builder this year. Well, I did have a lot of things going on. People don't know. I was moving, different stuff, my mother, that kind of stuff. And I just never got my footing, it felt like. So I'm not really super sad about the season. I enjoyed using Mega B. Weavile went in. I've actually really, really enjoyed. I thought I would hate it, but I'm loving Dragonite. So that was
fucking cool. Boss.
Vaporeon's been really cool with Flip Turn, even though I hate it because everybody knows Vaporeon with the 4-move syndrome. It just feels weird putting it on it sometimes.
Yeah, speaking of always being the move short, that's the Mon right there.
Yeah.
And then Gliscor is that as well.
Yeah.
Gliscor is really bad with, if you don't like, he needs the right 4 moves in every game, and it's hard because he has so much that he can run. It's like, do I run EQ? Do I run Knockoff? Do I run Roost? Do I run Defog? Do I run Stealth Rocks?
Do I bring SD Gliscor?
Like Matt every game last season. Yeah.
All right, come on.
I'm sorry. It was like, but dude, I remember I clicked on one of his live battles, and it was like the 4th week in a row I saw SD Gliscor, and it was burned, and I was like, how does this keep happening every fucking game?
Fasad's there. It's good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm kind of mad because like there was like a bunch of games that were just like the Kyle game and the Jamal game, I think, were the only games that weren't close. I got 6-0'd by Will because of Hydreigon that I just Vaporeon couldn't.
But yeah, that game was a lot closer than a 6-0. Like, it was just he won. Yeah. It was like 6-6 for a long time, and then he just kind of like went in with Hydreigon when he got everybody weekend. So
yeah, and then the Harris one, I think I played really great, and then like I said, there was a lot of games this season where I just made that one crucial mistake, and it went down from there, where I sacked Gliscor to Mew early, like mid game, and then I had nothing for Mons later on, and I feel like that was a lot closer than 5-0. And then I beat Matt and Eon in a row, kind of getting confidence back, and then I think the real stinger was Carboni, because I won. Basically, I had set up Dragonite was in, and he brought Quick Attack. I mean, I have to give it to him. He brought Quick Attack Lopunny to the Psychic Terrain team, and I didn't think he would. I'm just gonna be fair. I did not think he'd bring Quick Attack Lopunny.
I don't think anyone thought he would.
I don't blame you for that.
He's fucking real.
I played it perfectly, too. I played it perfectly where he brought out his Scarf, Rotom-Mow, and I knew I could live with Thunderbolt, and I set up just enough to where I'd OHKO everybody on the team. And I thought he threw it because he sacked, I don't know if you guys remember, but he sacked his Seismitoad, which was the only
I'm rewatching the replay.
He sacked the he brought in his Seismitoad, and I 2-coded it with Dual Wing Beat because I went for Dual Wing Beat that turn, and I was like, oh, I might have this now.
Yeah.
And because that game was just very momentum because he had pretty good matchup on me, and I thought I won, but quick attack low bunny. So there's that, and then I just didn't build well against Kyle. I don't have anything on my team for Rotom Wash. So there's that, and then forfeit for Jake, and then I have Mystery the last week. So we'll see. If I have a chance, I'll play him. Mm-hmm. If not, I'm thinking just pack in the bag and getting ready for next season. But I am really excited. I want to show that I do deserve to be in D1.
Well, you know what's crazy about your season, all right, is yes, you're a quick attack away and no offense, but an extremely Hacksville game that, like, you know, the Hacks God was giving Tristan the sloppy slop away from being 6-4 in a season where it didn't feel like you had any momentum whatsoever. So yeah, that basically was the Hacks God on its knees for fucking. But I mean, yeah, like you're 2 games away that I realistically think you could have won, you know, from being 6-4 in a playoff team and a top 4/5 seed. So I think you'll be a D1 coach mainstay, and it's just kind of, you know, get the team around you and you'll be fine.
I think I just need to be more comfortable with what I'm drafting and being more confident, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's why it's like next season, if I do make it into D2, it's like I know I'm going to have to draft Bonds that I know well.
And like the thing is, like, too, I felt pressured this season to make, because I had won. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had won a free franchise from last season because of I won
betting.
Betting. That's what it was. I won betting, and I won a free franchise. And I kind of felt pressured, and I took Tapu Lele with a trade with Will in the beginning of the season, and I just never felt like, if you see Tapu Lele's been to 5 games, it's only gotten 3 kills. I think I did well with it, but I just think that, like, especially with the team, I didn't build around it because I didn't want to. Like, that wasn't my thing. But I was like, oh, I have to use this free franchise, and instead of, like, you need to build around Tapu Lele, I feel like, for it to like really go in on your team. I mean, it's good on just there, but I just feel
it's just not the fastest thing in the world. So even though it's really powerful,
I say 95 is weird for being priority proof.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That is interesting.
So I feel like I didn't build great around it, and then I kind of realized later I have Weavile Dragonite, which both really loved their priority moves, which kind of suck with it, and then just synergy was weird.
No,
Weavile loves being priority proof, but at the same time it hates not having Ice Shard, so it's kind of double-edged sword there. There's just a lot of things that I could have done better. I kind of spent too many points, I think, in the top, where I had Cutie-Fly, Hippopotas, Mienfoo at the end, and it just felt like I was really predictable. And, well, I think I've pretty much talked a little bit, probably too much about this season.
No, don't worry about it. I'm glad you actually talked about how you felt. Yeah, I mean, look, the Cutie-Fly won 2 games, so that was cool, but definitely was a slight disappointment, but I think you'll be back next season. I wouldn't worry about it.
It was their Shifu check. If I didn't get it toxic, they would have got it.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think Kyle did expect it, and it was kind of sad.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Anyway, do we want to like throw our predictions out there for playoffs? This one I think is the most like.
This one's kind of easy. I think it's definitely going to be Jamal Harris and Kyle in top 3.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think after that,
that's
pretty much impossible to tell.
I think also, though, I'm going to make a bold prediction. With how crazy of a season Carboni's had, I don't think he makes it. Because of his ending schedule. I think that he either gets 6th seed or he falls short in the 7th seed because
the ending schedule is Tristan Harris. So
I think Tristan got to win because
I haven't started building yet, so I don't know how good the matchup is.
The Tristan Carboni game is like huge. It is really big to figure out.
Might be the most important game left.
It's one of them. It's me and Eon is huge because the loser of that game is pretty much out.
It determines which of you 3 can
get in,
like how many of the basically last 4 players can make it into playoffs.
Yeah.
But the thing is, too, people don't realize it's. I think you guys do realize, but it just feels different. But Mega Lopunny carried.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Mega Lop carries. It carried me last season.
It's true. The man's good.
But he has also 3 1-0s in a row.
Mega Lop
had 4 1-0s in the season too as well. So it's like he's been sneaky, just barely eking out games with Mega Lopunny, and he. Also, Tristan, for you to watch out, he does bring very similar sets every single week.
He brings the stack attack. Please prep for the stack attack. He will bring it, and it does work.
I know.
I hate that Mon has done so much. What is it this year? Like 7-4? 7-3.
7-3.
The fuck?
Dude, don't underestimate the fucking Lego house. It'll go in.
I fucked the Lego house up. It died.
Just because all shits on it doesn't mean it's bad.
The trash Estaka. Yeah. I think me and Eon is a huge game, and then you and Carboni is also a huge game, Tristan, and then you and Kyle. Like Tristan is definitely like.
Any games left between the bottom three, or the mid three, 7th through 9th, are important as well.
I actually fucking love that fucking Lego house.
I do not. He fucking did work versus me. When I see the gyro be 54 to Keldeo, I'm like, well, okay.
I was telling you, man, you were underestimating it super hard. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. It's so
much damage.
131 is a good attack stat.
Everything.
I hate my life. I hate the fucking stack attack.
Speed is literally 13. Okay, gyro ball doing damage.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll give my playoff predictions. I'm going to take Jamal and Harris as the top 2 seeds. I think Jamal ekes out Harris a little bit, but it's definitely, we'll see. I'm going to take... God, this is where it really gets tough. I'll take Tristan as the 4 seed. Me as the 5 seed, setting up the rematch, and Will as the last seed. Yeah, I'll actually take Carboni missing playoffs. I kind of like that. So it sets up me versus Tristan again, and then Kyle versus Will. So
yeah, I can see that.
That's what I got.
Well, if you're the 5th seed, you have to go play Harris in order to.
No, because it's a.
Because
it'd be 5 versus 4 and 3 versus 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, me versus Tristan would be, rematch of FBL Season 8 playoffs, rematch of this season.
Too, the one person that's been good against Kyle this season is Will. Will kind of been hitting Kyle the nuts.
Yeah, that would be an inch. That I think Kyle would definitely be dreading that matchup. So we'll see. Who else wants to give theirs?
Oh well, Kyle did beat up 3-0, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just remember the speed tour.
I'm kind of right there with you, Mystery. I think it's definitely Jamal, Harris, Kyle in top 3. Will's going to be there. And then, I could see Carboni losing his last 2 games. Bringing you and Tristan back up in, as long as you win out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I beat Eon, I'm pretty confident I can get in.
Yeah.
Just because I also think, James will forfeit if he has no chance of getting in, then yeah. But
no, I'm not. 6-0 Mystery.
Okay,
kick him out of playoffs. Easy. Carboni, I'm your best friend.
Fuck you.
Fucking Christ.
I needed you to win that game, James.
James, what do you got?
I needed you to win.
Oh, what do I got?
Mm-hmm.
I have Jamal Harris, yeah. I think Kyle actually has a really good matchup against Harris. So that's going to be a really interesting game.
Yeah, if they get to play round 2, that would be very interesting for sure.
Naga really hurts Harris's team. I'm just looking, and 4-move Naga kind of goes in.
Yeah.
Well, it's Naga or Shifu and Mega Guard.
Well, yeah, that's just things are dying.
Beast.
Sorry.
I'm gonna break walls.
Harris, Kyle, I think Jamal gets the 1st seed, and then we can kind of swap around Harris, Kyle. It'd be cool if Harris has to play the wild card, quote unquote, round. So, like I said, I think Carboni falls out. I think Tristan moves up to that 4th. I think Tristan's gonna lock up that 4th no matter what. And then I want to see you and Will get in. I think Will probably ekes you out just because of differential. So
yeah, Will's differential has been really good. That's what's been keeping me on the ring.
I think it'll be Tristan Will Mystery for the end, and that's why I'm the first one that said I think Carboni doesn't get out because of just his closing schedule. Just because Tristan's going to be extreme fighting. This is going to be a huge spot for both of them. I think Tristan's going to bring the heat, and then
this gets
they're
real
both
interesting.
They're both gonna bring the best, and it's gonna be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, 100%.
If me and Will win next week and Tristan loses, that sets up like a 3-way tie at 5-5. And
honestly, I know this is crazy. I don't think anybody would be thinking about this, but I think this is going to be the game of the year. This is the most important game.
Tristan Carboni.
Tristan Carboni.
I can see it.
Sure. And yeah, I can see that, and I can see Carboni, Eon, me, Robert being those last few seeds. So I think Eon loses one more, so I eke out a little bit of a sneaky 8th place. But
okay,
Hey, if Carboni loses 2 games, if I forfeit, then it's not really possible. But I could eke him out or he has head-to-head, so maybe not because of differential. But yeah, I could see myself getting like 8th. But yeah, that's what I see for the top 6. I think it'll be a really, really fun D1 matchup because I think everybody's in it. Because we've seen big things like Tristan being Jamal this year. Just different stuff.
Yeah,
Carboni,
I don't think anyone's immune. Like, especially because like my matchup with Harris isn't crazy bad. Like now that I have Muck, I don't just get 6-0'd by fucking mono psychic Mew. Obviously Tristan can beat Jamal. Like no one is immune this season. There's no like.
Well, we've seen too with like Kyle with this hyper. Kyle finally got his hyper offense together this year and is doing great.
Yeah,
with
it's just a good version of his team last year.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we saw people like Eon and Carboni keeping good Mons healthy till the end and being able to come back. And we see that Kyle can get overwhelmed sometimes if like his offense doesn't break right away, or that if you whittled down his Bronzong / Wash enough, even the Mudsdale, that you can come in and come for a sweep. Didn't Harris lose a game? Harris lost to Jamal, so Harris has kind of looked the best, I think, the most immune out of all the D1 coaches. But I think it'll be really fun. I think Kyle has definitely the build to beat him. But I think that there will be what I think with this season is that there will be definitely like a lower seed, kind of like last year, kind of like the Carboni. I think there will be a lower seed making it to semifinals. I could see that.
If me and Tristan play in round 1, I think the winner of that game, this is going to be a hot take, winner of that game gets to finals.
Winner of that game is going to what?
Is going to get to finals. That's if that's the first round matchup, I think the winner of that game will, not going to say they're going to win, but I think they get to finals. So that would be a really heat game. I would love that.
Well, you would be the winner of that game would have to either go to Harris / Kyle, and then whoever wins out from the Jamal round.
I'd rather play Harris than Kyle. I think Kyle's matchup on me is kind of insane. So yeah, I would rather play Harris. But
yeah, that is
nobody's unbeatable. So I'll take all the smoke.
No one is unbeatable.
Especially you. You're not unbeatable. Theo, what do you got for some predictions? Because we haven't heard you too much.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, because my opinion doesn't matter for T1. I mean, I think Jamal Harris and Kyle are guaranteed. Crazy shit has to happen for Kyle to get kicked out, and I don't think the other two really can. Mm-hmm. Personally, I mean, I guess Harris could.
I'm pretty sure Harrison.
Super unlikely.
I think they're locked in.
Yeah.
I mean, if Harris loses out, I think he's
because there's teams with he can only go to 7 and 4.
And there's so many people.
There's teams that can't.
Oh yeah, no, he can't because Will's at 5 losses. Okay, no, so yeah, they're guaranteed, but I think they stay top 3. Mm-hmm. I think unless Mystery plays shitty, I think Mystery goes in because I mean he literally just has to win out, and based on that, James might forfeit anyway. So I think Mystery gets in at probably 6th, maybe 5th.
Yeah.
I think who does Tristan play? I don't even remember.
I play Kyle.
Ooh,
so not the best.
Yeah, that's not the best. I think you're probably fine. I'd want to say I think you'd stay above Mystery. But I think Will stays in too because Will fights Robert and Matt. So I think Carboni could drop.
Yeah, honestly, when James said that, I didn't think about Carboni dropping, but like he plays a pretty tough schedule and everybody's on his ass. So yeah, it's interesting.
I don't see Will dropping because one of Will's matches is a forfeit win anyways towards him because Matt forfeits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he fights Robert the other one. So it'd either be Carboni, Tristan, or Mystery just doesn't make it. But I think Will's guaranteed a 4th spot somewhere in 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah.
I'd have to 6-0 to pass. I'd have to 6-0 Eon to pass Will, I believe. Or no, I'd have to 5-0 because I have head-to-head. Because he gets to +8 with the forfeit, and then the worst he could do is -2 or +2 if he gets 6-0 by Robert. So yeah, I guess he would probably stay ahead of me no matter what. Tristan, get the 3 seed for me. Thanks.
Can I do that?
It's possible. If you beat Kyle, you can.
That's true because I'll have matchup, and then
then Kyle would have to lose to Harris,
which is possible. Yeah, so I mean, there's a world where Tristan gets a 3 seed.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. What's wild is Tristan can go anywhere from 3rd to I think it's 2nd to 8th or something like that. I can that's the range. So Yeah, that's definitely the guy to watch. So, has everyone given their predictions? I forget.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I think we can just wrap up there. It's been like a good half an hour or so. So. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe if you've done so. We will all talk to you later, and take care.